Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and this week I'm filming my November TBR. Before we start drawing books for November, I'm going to tell you all the books I read in October in the order I've read them and their ratings. At this point in time, there's still a week left in October, so I could read more, but I'm not sure if I will yet. And if I do, it'll probably be on my Instagram, or you can follow my Goodreads and see what else I read. But anyways, let's get started. First I read Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, and I rated it 4 stars. Then I read Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, which was a 5-star read for me. I read Three Things I Know Are True by Betty Cooley, which was a 4-star read for me as well. The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali by Sabina Khan, I rated 4 stars. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Schwatsky, I rated 5 stars. The Shadows by Alex North were a 4-star read for me. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan was a 4-star read for me, sorry. Anxious People by Frederick Backman was a 5-star read for me. The Guest List by Lucy Foley was a 3-star read for me. City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab was a 3-star read for me as well. Depression and Other Magic Tricks by Sabrina Benaim was a 4-star read for me, sorry. You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria was a 4-star read for me. And then lastly, Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay was a 5-star read for me. The only book that was on my October TBR that I haven't gotten to yet is The Female Man by Joanna Russell, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it. I've read the first 5 pages a couple times and I've had a lot of trouble getting into it, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to get read. But like I said, if I read any more books this month, it'll be on my Goodreads. So November is in a normal year that's not 2020, is a time of year where things normally start getting busy because, Thanksgiving and holidays and shopping for Christmas normally happens. I don't know how much stuff we'll be doing this year. It's looking at this point like my family might try to do Thanksgiving as far as I know. So we'll see from there. But I'm also planning to participate in the Gilmore Girls Readathon in the middle of November. I think it's from the 15th to the 22nd. And I'll put the links for the host down below. But I want to try to participate in that readathon. I haven't participated in a readathon since, I believe, sometime in June or July. So I wanted to participate in one. And also, my sister, I know she really likes Gilmore Girls, and I've started watching it recently, so I can kind of maybe pick better books for the readathon. And so far, I'm on episode 8 of season 1, and I'm enjoying it. But anyways, because I'm going to participate in that readathon, I also don't want to pick too many books for this month, just in case we end up being slightly busier than we have been, which I don't think is very likely, but there's a chance. So I'm only going to draw 5 books this month out of my handy dandy little book box. And I don't know, if library books come up, I'm probably going to skip them this month. Just a heads up, if I pull a physical library book, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do my library's, what's it called? Like their online thing again. And then they have appointments set up, but it's going to be a while before I get a chance to go up there. So I'm just going to skip it this month, and maybe in December I'll take any library picks that come up. Anyways, I'm going to shake the box and we'll get started. Alright, so for our first pick, we have a Scribd ebook/audiobook. Alright, so for Scribd ebook/audiobook, I will be reading Don't You Forget About Me by Kate Kyrus Quinn, and I'm going to read you the summary. Gardnerville seems like paradise, but every 4 years, a strange madness compels the town's teenagers to commit terrible crimes. 4 years ago, Skylar's sister Piper led her classmates on a midnight death march into a watery grave. Now Piper is gone, and to get her back, Skylar must find a way to end Gardnerville's murderous cycle. So just that sounds really interesting to me. I actually had already started researching books for the Gilmore Girls Readathon, and this one had sounded interesting, but I know I didn't want to read it for the readathon, so I saved it on my Goodreads TBR, and it came in handy. And now for the second pick. For the second pick, we have Read a Classic. So for Read a Classic, I'll be reading A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle, and this book starts with, it was a dark and stormy night. Out of this wild night, a strange visitor comes to the Murray house and beckons Meg, her brother Charles Wallace, and their friend Calvin O'Keefe on a most dangerous and extraordinary adventure, one that will threaten their lives and our universe. So I remember reading this book in 6th or 7th grade, and it stuck out to me so much. First, because of it was a dark and stormy night for the longest time, probably really for the rest of junior high. A lot of kids in class would like start their stories that we had to write with, "It was a dark and stormy night," or they joke about it. And then also, I think this might have been the first book I remember where there was like a kiss in it. Might be wrong, but I think I remember that. And so my goal this year was to read 6 classics. Once I read this one, it'll be 3. It'll be 3 out of 6. And also, this one I think is technically a children's classic, but we'll make it work. And also, I'm kind of excited to read this one. All right, so now for the 3rd book. Alright, so for the 3rd pick, Library Physical came up. So I'm going to draw again because, like I told you earlier, I'm not really wanting to go to the library right now, and I don't want to play their online thing. Might be cheating, but I think it'll be okay for 1 month. So for the 3rd pick, take 2. We have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. For The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This was my October Book of the Month Club box pick, and I had actually already planned on reading it in November, whether it was on my TBR or not, so it was nice that it ended up on my TBR. I'm not going to read the summary for this one because it's a lot longer than the others, but basically Addie LaRue, sometime in the 1700s, made a deal that she could live eternally, but people would always forget about her sometime after meeting her, I guess. And now I guess it's modern day, and someone's remembering her. And I think this is also kind of classified as historical fiction, but I might be wrong. But this is one I'm really excited to read. And actually, whenever I bought it, I knew it reminded me of the Blake Lively movie. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but where she doesn't age. I can't remember the name of it. My sister likes it. It's The Life of Adeline, maybe. My sister and I were talking about it because I was telling my sister that's what this book reminded me of. But anyways, I'm excited for this one as well. And now for pick number 4. We have Start one of Chris's series, and Chris and I have pretty different tastes in books. Chris likes more sci-fi and horror type books, and I don't, so we'll see how that goes. So for Start one of Chris's series, I'm reading The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey. I didn't actually want to start a series. Chris has like 3 series, and I'm not interested in any of them at all. And this is the only book on our shelves that I was kind of interested in. And I'm going to read you the summary. Monsters are real. Will Henry is the orphan apprentice of a doctor with an unusual specialty, monstrumology, the study of monsters. When a midnight visitor brings with them the body of a young girl entwined with the corpse of something, it is the start of the most mysterious case of Will Henry's life. So it just seems interesting. I'm not quite sure how I like it because, like I said, Chris tends to read a lot more science fiction and horror books, and neither of those are genres that I'm super interested in, but I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. Also, I'm probably going to have trouble in my head just pronouncing the words. I keep stumbling over monstrumologist. Right now for the 5th and final pick. And for 5th and final pick, we have Second Chance. And Second Chance can be a book that I've read before and didn't like, or it can be a book that I've DNF'd and I'm gonna pick back up. Alright, and so for Second Chance, I'll be reading Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I actually started this book back in January, and I DNF'd it after reading maybe 50 or 60 pages, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less, but I just knew I was really struggling to get into it. And I don't know if it was just the time of year because it was so soon after the holidays and this was the first book I picked up, or if I had too high of expectations. But anyways, in the real world, Eliza Merck is shy, weird, and friendless. Online, she's Lady Constellation, the anonymous creator of the wildly popular webcomic Monstrous Sea. Then Wallace Warland, Monstrous Sea's biggest fanfiction writer, transfers to her school and draws her into a life online she never could have imagined. But when Eliza's secret is accidentally shared with the world, everything she's built, her story, her relationship with Wallace, and even her sanity begins to fall apart. I just remember when I was reading this, I don't know if if it was just the time of year or what, but for some reason Eliza, her character, I wasn't vibing with at all, and it was hard because, I believe the story is told first person, her point of view, and so that made it kind of hard to read. But we'll see how it goes this time around. Anyways guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will let you know somewhere how it's going as I read. I will let you know on Instagram, maybe vlogs, whenever or whatever. But anyways, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts. And if you're interested in any of these books, let me know your thoughts as well. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.